Hey guys, it's Lola here, and today we are going to be unboxing and reviewing the viral TikTok Grabie Acrylic Markers. And the set we have today is the Dual Tone Markers brush tip, which gives us a set of 36 pens, which have two slightly different colours at each end, so technically that is 72 colours that we have here. Now, I actually already unboxed this in my last video where I tested out the extra fine tip Grabie acrylic markers, so if you want to check out those pens, then I will leave that video linked in the description. So for now, enjoy this recycled footage. Oh, and this one has a swatch sheet on the back as well. Here we go. These are the Dual Tone Markers brush tip. Look at that, premium, quick drying, water-based ink, non-toxic, and UV resistant. That's really good, so that means it shouldn't fade over time as well. And it's multi-surface, so it should work on glass, ceramic, porcelain, wood, rubber, metal, fabric, stone, paper, and more. But let's just pull these out real quick. Oh hey, it's Lola from the future. Wow, I've never seen all of these pens before. This is so cool. Wow, they even have a swatch sheet. How crazy. I've never seen this before. So we're gonna start off with swatching. Yeah, don't ask. So when I filmed my other Grabie marker video where I was filming the fine tip ones, I did some really aggressive shaking of all of them when I was doing the swatch sheet, because you have to press them down and you have to shake them to get them to work. And then the day afterwards, my wrist started clicking and being really painful, so I think I gave myself a repetitive strain injury. I actually don't think you have to shake these. Let me check, because I just had a look at one. Okay, quick drying, water-based, non-toxic. Please focus, thank you. Yeah, the other one had some instructions, and it said you have to shake it to get the paint out. When I open this one up to have a look at it, yep, the paint is just right at the end, so you don't have to shake these. That's great, because I am currently in pain. So we're gonna get to swatching, and we're gonna do both the white and the black swatch sheet for this video, and then we're gonna make some art. Okay, this one is already kind of better than the other set. I can tell it's probably newer product, because this one actually has the number next to the color name, so you can match it up to the number that is on the end of the pen. So the last set I reviewed, they had the color names, but they didn't have numbers, and also the numbers were printed backwards on those markers as well. But in this set, the numbers are printed properly, so that is super helpful. So the first one we have is 663 red. Let's try it out. Yeah, it's kind of hard coloring nicely with this, so cut me some slack, okay? It's not perfectly neat. That's got a really nice smooth consistency. It's actually dried pretty much, almost. We're gonna do what we did with the other set as well and just test the opaqueness. So we're gonna see if this pink can cover this blue. We're just gonna wait for it to dry and we'll add another coat. Okay, it honestly dries super fast, guys. So in order to get that light pink to go over that dark blue, it took me 3 coats, and it looks like that. So I think that's some pretty decent coverage. Let's continue. I could truly never be one of those ASMR coloring channels, because look at how messy this is. Okay, here is the finished swatch sheet. I know I said to you guys that we were going to fill in the black one as well, but I lied to you, I think, actually, because my wrist is hurting a lot after doing this. This took a while, so we're just going to test a couple. Okay, so I wanted to test the white on this paper and I had to go over it like 2 to 3 times to get it like this. I wanted to test the black as well to see if it was darker than this paper, because this paper is not quite black, you know, and this black is basically the same color as this paper. And then I just wanted to test some of the kind of lighter colors as well, just to see if they'd show up well on the black without layering. And I did go over these like twice, so they do need a little bit of extra layering on the black paper. So these pens are not as opaque as the fine tip ones that I tested, mainly because I think with the fine tip ones you could like press the pen down and then a big glob of paint would come out, so that would help it be more opaque. Can't really do that with these ones, but there's a really nice selection of colors. They go down super smoothly and they dry super quick, so I'm super excited to get to drawing. And we're going to be working in this Grabie pad, which came with the other marker set. So last time we worked on the grey paper. Check my video out if you want to see me draw this, little spoiler. We're gonna try the pink, we're gonna try the black today. Before we start, let's do one final test that we did with the other markers as well, which is blendability, and I thought that blending would probably be a little bit easier with the brush tip markers. So I tried blending yellow and red, and here are the results. So yeah, it feels like blending is a little bit easier with these pens, but if you want a smooth gradient, I don't think acrylic markers is the medium to do that. And it's definitely a lot more suited to flat colors and cell shading, I think, especially because it dries so fast. Okay, so I drew something cute on the purple paper and we'll color this in a minute, but I want to start off with the black paper. And I want to draw something Minecraft related because I keep getting these really cool shorts in my feed where this girl has paint markers and she uses them to make Minecraft themed coasters, which I think is so cool, and I totally want to have a go at making them now that I have these. So expect another video when I do that. That's going to be super fun, I hope. Is it lame of me to just draw like a Minecraft block? Like, I don't want to spend too long on this because I drew the other thing. I just want to quickly test how they work on the black paper because we haven't done much testing of that. Maybe I should draw a more interesting block. Maybe I should draw a Minecraft enchantment block. Okay, let's draw that. I'm not going to use a ruler because I'm not a sweat, okay? We're just going to freehand this like a true artist. Okay, freehand a cube. How hard is that? Yo, look at this cube. AI artists are quaking right now. I'm just kidding. I love all of you, everybody. There's no beef here. Now would probably be a good time to mention that if you want these markers, I can get you 15% off because Grabie gave me my own code, Lola15. So if you want this set, just click the link in the top of the description and use my code Lola15. Okay, I am so mad. I finished drawing this and I drew some other things as well and basically went back and the footage had corrupted. And the only thing that it recorded was a time lapse of me drawing this sword, and it wasn't even meant to be a time lapse, so I don't even know how that happened. Look at everything I drew. Tell me you would not be mad if all of this did not film. All of this did not film. I filmed it. It didn't work though. The screen was black for some reason. Also, don't come for me. I know an emerald axe is not a real thing, okay? I feel like someone in the comments is going to be like, actually, I think you'll find. But I didn't want to draw a stone axe because that's boring. I wanted it to all be different colors. So this is, I saw this on TikTok, Neapolitan ice cream hair girl. I don't have the money to go to the hairdresser and spend like 120 quid to look like that, but I can draw it, so that's kind of like owning it, right? And we've got some Neapolitan ice cream on the side as well. Fortunately, the problem with these is the sketch kind of doesn't survive, right? You gotta color over the sketch. The nose is gone. She's in her Voldemort era. Alright, she's looking like a soulless demon now. My organization, there is no organization. Where's 603, 609, 624, 612, 615? This must be it. Ah, 603. Let's see if this is a good color for the hair. For the blonde, we're gonna use off-white because it's kind of yellowy, and we might layer some other colors. I'm not sure yet. And then the brown is quite dark. I actually don't have a brown that dark. The darkest brown I have is coffee. That's actually the darkest brown in this set, I think. There's cedar brown, but cedar brown is too grey. So this was actually one of the biggest problems that I had while drawing this, which was the lack of a good dark brown. And I had that problem while drawing the Minecraft tools as well. You see, they have a lot of lovely brown shades, which is super good. So there's some really nice variation that you can get in terms of skin colours. So there's plenty of lighter colours that would work for someone pale, and then there's also a lot of brown shades that would work as well. But if you want just like a classic dark brown, there is coffee, which is quite red brown, and then there's cedar brown, but cedar brown has this almost grey, almost like green tint to it slightly, but I really just wanted this colour. So you'll see that I was shading the brown with cedar brown, and it's just not quite dark enough, and it's just not quite the right tint. And another colour that I really would have loved in this set that I was missing was wine red. So when I was trying to do the enchantment table, I was trying to get like a dark red. We have red, but there's not really anything that I could use as a darker red to shade it. There's coffee, but that's like a reddy brown, so not really, and it's not really actually that much darker than the red. And then there's purples, but that just doesn't quite hit the same, like shading red with purple. I would just love if there was a lovely dark wine red. Those were the colors that I really was like, oh, I'm missing those colors. Other than that, I think there's genuinely like a really good color selection in this set. So overall, I really liked working with these pens. They go down smoothly, they dry really quickly as well, so you can layer them up. Super nice. If you make a mistake, you can just colour over it and you don't have to sit and wait around for it to dry. Now, when I was drawing the Neapolitan ice cream, I really wanted some lovely thin lines to separate the different parts of the piece and to create an outline. And before, when I was working on the girl, I was like, okay, we are just testing this brush set on its own. So I was trying to use the brush tip to create thin lines, but I wasn't having that easy of a time with it. So the brush tip is quite soft and flexible, so it's kind of hard to get a consistent thin line. You can see that when I was drawing the Minecraft chest, I was trying to get these lines to be the same thickness and super straight, but it was just quite difficult with the brush set to get that consistent thin line. So when I was drawing the ice cream, I actually started by outlining with the brush tips, and then I was like, yeah, never mind, this is not working. So I just gave up and I started using the fine liner set instead to line it, which I know is cheating, but it worked so much better. It was so much easier. So I think ideally I would be most happy having both of these sets to use at the same time. Alternatively, I was also using my multicolored biro pen to add some line art as well, so if you have some fine liners to hand, then it's not really that big of a problem. So I want to give my opinion on, if I was only allowed to buy one of these sets, which one I would recommend and what the pros and cons of each are. So the pros of the brush set, obviously there are a lot more colours, 72, and with the brush you can use it on the thinner point side, you can use it on the side to fill a big area more easily. So it's probably better suited for larger scale projects, like if you wanted to paint on canvas or some other big project, but you might have to do some extra layers to make things opaque, especially if you're working on dark paper. And I wouldn't recommend it if you just want to do like tiny little small detailed drawings, because I just found it's not very easy to do thin lines with this set. So I'd recommend the finer tip set one if you want to draw small. So the pros of the finer tip, easy to get little details and lines. It's also possible to pump the pen to get more paint out to make the paint more opaque. Another pro is it's very cheap, so it's currently on sale right now on the website, and you can also get a further 15% off with my code, don't forget, and you can get the drawing pad as well in the set, which has 4 different coloured papers and it's 20 sheets. So overall I think it's a good deal for a nice little set, but obviously what you sacrifice is you sacrifice the colours. In terms of colours though, there is actually also a larger fine tip set where they sell I think like 48 colours in one pack. but overall I also see the benefit of having both, and I'm really happy to have had the opportunity to try these. I have wanted to try paint markers for ages, and just to remind you as well, this is not a sponsored review. They sent me these markers for free, but they didn't tell me that I had to say anything or that they had to review the video before it goes up or anything. So I wouldn't be saying that I have enjoyed using them if I genuinely didn't, if I thought that they were terrible quality and a waste of money. I would 100% trash them with a clickbait title on this video, like, these markers are terrible, and I wouldn't recommend them and get you guys to waste their money. But I think, as someone who, this is actually the first paint marker set I've tried, but personally I think if you're looking for some paint markers, then, you know, depending on how much the other popular brands are, I'm not really sure how much Posca or RTX is in comparison to this, but I think that this is definitely a decent brand, and I think if you bought them it would serve you well. So there you go, there's my review. Yeah, I've just really enjoyed trying this medium out. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you found this review entertaining or helpful in any way, it would help my channel so much if you could just drop a like and just a star in the comment section. Just a star emoji goes so far to help my video in the algorithm. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in about 4 days for the next video. Alright, bye guys.